Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles, salute to brothers teaching the word in sincerity and in truth. And so this video here, as you see on the screen, this particular video I'm watching, about 3 weeks old. I've seen it pop up a few times, but decided to check it out now, and it fits the theme of some stuff I was meditating on and different things I was checking out. Now, what I want to do is go into this and, try and say stuff, that's not going to get the video clipped here. But it says 2021 biggest advancements in artificial intelligence. And, where we're headed with all of this stuff here is Esau's New World Order. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to start off with a scripture here, which is 2 Corinthians 2:11. It says, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." So we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. And, when you check out what's going on out here, this AI, you got a lot of stuff going on with these mandates, and people are talking about these politicians are being seen not social distancing, and they're around each other and stuff, and a lot of people are focusing on these prime ministers, and it's distractions, because you're gonna have, number one, the Illuminati. They've got a thing where they believe that they got to tell you what they're gonna do before they do it, so so they're telling you what's going on, and they're pulling it out there. And you got a choice whether you're gonna accept or reject the agenda that's here, and that they're pushing. Now, with this AI stuff, that's linked, with the technological implant, and they're destroying the middle class. They're destroying that they're putting everyone on a ground level that's going to be ruled and controlled by these robots, this AI stuff, and they're going to be able to do what they want with the people, and you're gonna have to abide, or you shut out. Now, they show you that in George Orwell's 1984, where the people, they were there to eat what they were given, they had to do what they were told, and that's how much control that these elites want. These elites want to own your soul, and the way for you owning your soul is through that technology, man. To put that up in you, to deal with your new. It's funny, they got the brain, because that stuff is connected to your brain, your neurological. And the scripture said, the brain, your spirit dwells up in your head. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring out another scripture here. Let me bring out Revelations 18, and we'll read 12. The merchandise of gold and silver, and precious stones, and of pearls, and fine linen, and purple, and silk, and scarlet, and all fine wood, and all manner vessels of ivory, and all manner vessels of precious wood, and of brass and iron, and marble, and cinnamon, and odors, and ointments, and frankincense, and wine, and oil, and fine flour, and wheat, and beasts, and sheep, and horses, and chariots, and slaves, and souls of men. Now, when you read Revelation 13, it shows you by how they want to get your soul. and that's through these, through that thing, that, because they say that, everything, is energy and, electric. And that's how, getting that, getting you hooked up to that, they're going to be able to control you, man. They got this whole thing with that, the metaverse and the omni, there's different things. Um, if you get that in you, you won't even need the virtual reality glasses to be seeing stuff, to be connected to that if you get that thing, you know. And this is just ways of how they want to how they want to get control. How they're going to control the Lord's creation on planet Earth. They want to control everything. They've been putting them implants and all that in animals going back. So they want to control every life form on planet Earth. And that's why the scripture says that they, like, another reason why it says they sit in the temple of the Most High, saying they're the Most High. They got CCTV cameras. They got birth certificates. They want to know everyone that's born and when they die. They want to know everything. They want to control everything, but they can't because they're not the Most High. So it's a vain imagination. But that's what's been set up. That's what they're going for before they get destroyed. Right, this is Job 5:11. To set up on high those that below, that those which mourn may be exalted to safety. Right? He disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. And everything that's going on at this right now is for that enterprise, and we can see, and it goes. I'm gonna try and, you got one world government, one world currency. Let's talk about that one world currency. You got these bitcoins. You've got cash. You got inflation. You got debt. You got these debt countries, and you know you got the stock markets here. You got inflation, and you're seeing, and it's funny, right? How um, everything's going digital, payments, scan and go, cards, pay with your phone, you know, um, and that even links up with the universe. They've got something called universal basic income, which is what they're gonna do. They're gonna push that. Now you got the benefit systems that, like, people might be on a child maintenance, or child maintenance, or somebody that's on a job, a job benefit. But what they've done is they called all of that, they linked it all up, different, disabilities. Now they called it a universal credit system. And why did they do that? It's because that's a one, every benefit it's called the same thing from people in different circumstances. That links up with the one world currency, that links up with the one world system, because they got something called a universal basic income, which they're gonna push once they get that thing, the AI technological thing. It's just a way to keep everybody on that one level, that slave level, ruled by his technology. But they did that a couple of years back. All these different benefits, whether it's women with children, child benefits, you got all these different kind of benefits that that are going on out here, disability benefits, this and that. But they all called it. They said, well, all of that scrapped, and we're just going to call it a universal credit. The word universal means to turn to one. Okay, so um, everything is turning to one. That's your currency. Um, and all this cash, cash is not going to mean nothing. Cash is going to be something you could use for lighting an outdoor fire. There was this post-apocalyptic there's a game. There's a show called The Walking Dead, and you've got you got a show. You had a show that they're making from that called The Last of Us, and it's a damn good thing. They got a game of it, but it's kind of The Last of Us is like The Walking Dead, right? And in those things there's a particular scene where you know when everything breaks off, there's a bank and there's just money, just like tons of it stacked there. And they said back in the old world, you'd have been loving it in this bank. You'd have been rich because they could just walk in there. Everyone was laid dead, zombie outbreak and all this. So that all that's going to be obsolete. What is going to be in is that scan and go your implant system. And I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it because um you know this is how it's got to the point where they don't even want you to even be able to read the scripture. But I'm gonna read it here, and if they clip this, I'll just pull it up on the Odyssey account. Now I've been having problems on the Odyssey account, but I'm gonna try and get to the bottom of it, Lord willing. All right, Revelation 13 and 16, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And it's clear what that is in this time here. It's clear what it is, and it's clear that this is where everything is headed. Like I said, going back to the monetary thing, he's merging everybody into a universal basic income. And they show you that like I said, the George Orwell's, they show you that in a lot of things. You can clearly see if you look at what's going on here, how all of that is coming, and how part of doing that is destroying people with these businesses. These lockdowns is destroying people's business. They got no way of running them, so everyone's gonna have to rely on state just for surviving. And if you don't rely on state, you're gonna be out there, Mad Max shit. That's how it's gonna be. And basically they're gonna be able to kill people like that, man. They want to be able to kill people that are rebelling against the system with without anybody batting an eyelid. It's either you worship this image and you take his mark, or else you're dead. That's how they want it. Revelation 20 and 4. And I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua and for the word of the Most High. So the elect, that the ones that are martyred, they're gonna reject this. The elect are gonna reject this thing anyway, which they're doing, standing up for the righteousness as it is. And but you're gonna have a certain members of the elect that are gonna be beheaded, because this is showing you where there's elites, Rothschilds, Rockefellers, bankers, where they're heading with this, where they're going with this, and what they want. They're trying to finalize dominion on the planet. They're trying to get their dominion finalized. They're trying to really rule out here. Um, they want ultimate rulership. The scriptures promised us to reign with Yahweh Shai. But they want that. They want to rule. Let me jump down to 6. It said, "Blessed and holy is he that have part in the first resurrection. On such a second death have no power." Right? But they shall be, because we're going to be delivered from this destruction. Because the earth is going to be hit with a lot of nuclear missiles. Fire is going to be engulfed. It says, "But they shall be priests of the Most High, and of Yahweh Shai, and shall reign with him 1,000 years. Now they want to be able to get rulership. They want rulership on the planet Earth finalized, because you read Revelations 2:25. It says that we're gonna rule with Yahweh Shai and with a rod of iron. There's gonna be no dominion that's gonna be able to take out the dominion of the most of Yahweh Shai, man. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me get them two scriptures, man. And I'll come back to that. So this is Revelations 2:25. It says, "But that which ye have already, hold fast till I come. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations." The elect, then the Israelites are promised, the elect are promised power over the nations, dominion, rulership over all the peoples on the planet. So they obviously want this, but they're doing it in wickedness. We're gonna be doing it in righteousness, because we're gonna establish true law and order on the planet. We're gonna be establishing true judgment and righteousness on the planet. Here it is. You've got 613 laws in the scriptures, but Esau's got thousands upon thousands of legislations. He makes legislations up every day. But they talk about you're free and you're oppressed in the Bible. Yet the scriptures only got 613 laws. Esau's legislations, he's got legislation upon legislation, and here it is. He's trying to get something in you, and you can't go to a store to buy bread or milk or some fish, whatever you know, uh, you know, cashews or whatever, without having some documents. So all you people that say, "Oh, you've been saying over the years, oh, that Bible's oppressive," you're bugged out, because you can't go out certain places. You can't park outside of people's houses without getting a ticket. You can't park here. You can't park there. There's certain cities, and there's certain cities that you can park outside. One of your friends' houses. There's certain cities where you can't. Permit. He's got to put you down on a list just for you for park outside his house, man. And you telling me this ain't a web of global control, which they're going for finalizing. You sitting here talking about up here talking about this ain't a web of control, man. You bugged out. And this is the thing. This is what we're living in here, and we're showing you the truth. We're showing you. But you see, a lot of people that are talking about the truthers, they haven't got the alternative way. These people ain't gonna be able to govern themselves, which they are, because there's gonna be seditions, and they're gonna have their own setups, man. People are gonna have their own setups off grid and all of that, because you're gonna have these technological gridded cities that are controlled by robots. All right, you're gonna have these technological grids out here that are control, because that's part of their control. That's part of them using left hand side. This technology and stuff. They're gonna be using it for control, man. The scripture says thou art wiser than Daniel. So he's using his mysticisms, he's using his spookisms against you. I mean, come on, killer robots running down. Everyone's, oh yeah, tech, and they've been pushing it through the gaming world, and through science and all that. Technology. Oh wow, look what we can do. And then you've talking robots. You got Alexa, you got this and that, which I was going to go into more into that. But these robots walking around, and it's come on, man. Like Joe Biden, man, when he was in that interview with he was in an interview with Charlemagne, and he went, "Come on, man, cut me some slack." I mean, come on, man. But that's what I'm saying. But come on, man. you know, um, Yeah, you got I was watching Audi Ashawamba, he was talking about the robot mascots at the games and NFL matches or whatever, whatever, and people looking at it, yeah, oh wow, yeah, that's a great robot. It's like this dude, what's his name? The Jake Pauls or whatever. They got those robots walking around to boxing rings. This is where these things you got indoctrinated on your ass, and it's here in your face. Something that would have been in a movie. Whoa, I can't believe that. That it's right in your face. Now you got a lot of older people and all that. Like let's say they're in the 80s, 90s. They've already pushed this on the people because people that age, a lot of them they don't know how to use a mobile phone. So what they do, they get the young, and push it on them because you know that's the way to control. Revelation 2 and 26, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. Now, excuse me, in Zechariah it tells you that if the nations, and especially the family, if they're coming up to worship to keep the one of the high holy days, their rain will be cut off from them. The actual rain, and you need rain for crops and things like that. But we're gonna have the power to stop. If you're being gonna be wicked, you're gonna be punished for being wicked in the kingdom. Here on this side, basically you're getting punished for being righteous, but in the kingdom, you're gonna be punished for being wicked. You're gonna face judgments for that. It says, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I have received of my father. And that's what Esau's trying to do on the left hand side, have the ultimate power. If you don't bow down to him and his satanic, luciferic agenda, whatever you want to how call it, you know. Revelation 2 and 28, and I will give him the morning star. Now there was another scripture, man. Slipped my mind now. There was another revelation scripture I was gonna get, but I've kind of gone into that, so it's kind of slipped my mind, man. That's the spirit, anyway. It was Daniel's. I was gonna get out Daniel's, where you had the stone that smote the statue, and let me see if I can. Daniel's 2 and 43. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. All right, that's going into this kingdom that we're in now. 44. And in the days of these kings shall the Most High of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. So the Lord's dominion is gonna destroy what these Rothschilds, Rockefellers, elites are trying to set up, and he's coming in with the chariots, so-called UFOs, spook this kingdom out, man. Now, this kingdom is really in for one. So what they're trying to get, that everlasting dominion, everlasting rulership, they're not gonna get that. They ain't gonna get it. The Lord's gonna get that. All right. Now, going back over here, because you see, I could go into a whole different topic off that, but I'm going to bring it back to what we're going into here in Revelation 20 and 4. And I saw thrones and them that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua, and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Yahushua 1,000 years. And this is where all this is going. You know, we was talking about the monetary aspects of it, and you notice these cryptocurrencies, hidden currencies, or whatever. It's all digital currencies now, which real currency is gold and silver. Your real, you know what I'm saying? Your real money. Um, but everything is going digital, and there's more control with that. If it's all digital and you don't hold it, you don't see it, then whoever's whatever AI system that's in, that's how they, and that's why they're pushing that digital currencies, man. And they're getting you're used to it through a number of processes. Like I said, everything, people scanning cards on their phones. People are not using cash. We was doing a lot of videos on that where we were showing people that don't really hold cash anymore. That's a whole thing on that. We can go into that. But you've also got your one world uh police force army. So let me jump into scripture on that. Okay, Revelations 12:12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that ye have but a short time. So the devil is coming down with great wrath because he knows that you have a short time, man. Um, and how do they want to police this thing? With that one world police force army. Like if you look at it right now from this perspective, it's just hit me now. All the polices in these different countries are all doing one thing. They're all enforcing lockdowns. You know, they're all doing that. The people protesting against the state. So people are used to that. It's you or them, and that's what's happening here. Because that's what it's going to be, man. To show you that, like, I'm going to go back to George Orwell's. If you they had curfews, and you have to go in at a certain time, and you can't have sex if if they tell you. That's when you can. So these are the kind of things we're talking about. Because they want to keep them the lower the population numbers is, the more they control the people. There's too much people. It's harder for control. So if people are going to reproduce, it's because they said people are going to reproduce. Now the scripture says, if it wasn't for the Most High intervening, there'd be no flesh yet for save. Esau would just destroy everything, man. Birth rates of, everything's just declining. Animals are dying off. People are dropping dead. This is what's going on out here. So it says, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that you have a short time. So what we're gonna do, and this is why that's what they call it, what, draconian law, draconian measures, man. This is what this is called. That's how they're getting down. And the process is you need the passports, you need this, you need that, you need certain stuff, and you can see the process. If you haven't got that, you're already getting looked at like you're a fucking terrorist. or an alien out here. So you can clearly see where this is heading, the processes of control that they're heading for, that they're going for. Second Ezra 16 and 70. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. Okay, so going into what we were saying here. But now, going into what we were saying here, man. Um, you can clearly see here that the elect are the main people that are adverse to the wicked rulership, and these new world order troops, this one world government. It kind of reminds me of Street Fighter. They had the symbols like the UN symbol with the world. Why is that the symbol, man? The world with a net over it. Come on. And then you have the NATO troops and NATO. It's gonna be like that. They had that in that Street Fighter. All got the same uniform. And who's gonna be your one world government? Your elites. And that's why they keep. Come on, man. This is why. And this is. I'm gonna do another video on this. Why do you think they keep throwing Boris Johnson and all these individuals under the bus? Because these individuals are disposable, just like you vote in a prime minister. They keep changing every other year. You don't hear about Tony Blair. You don't hear about this person. Them people are the cannon fathers. People really. That's where you're distracted at. You're focusing on Boris Johnson. What about what the elites are telling him what to say? You can see there's so much videos. I was watching one video, man. You could see it and even read the paper that he had to read, and the things in it. You could tell that he's even looking at it like, oh, you got me saying this, but he has to say it because he's owned. And then you got half of these people focusing on Boris Johnson and all this. That's a distraction. But these Rothschilds, Rockefellers, they're gonna, these people are gonna be one world government, man. To show you that in Elysium, the elites, bankers, and everyone worship them. And they can shut you off out if you ain't abiding by what they're saying. When you got that finger in you, they can shut you off from this and that. They can just shut you out of it. So, come on, man. Like I said, Joe Biden, and he was talking to Charlemagne. Come on, man. Give me a break here. You got to see it. It's kind of funny. You know. It says 2 Ezra 16 and 71. For they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Why? Because the elect, us as the prophets, man, we're not going to be participating in this NWO. We're not on that. We're not down with that. And they know it, man. So, that's what they're going to be doing. This shows you where they're going to be. Come on, man. The things that are coming on, the outbreaks that are getting ready to happen, real outbreaks and stuff that's getting ready to happen, they're going to start looking at anybody not participating, which they're already doing it, criminalizing that thought process. Anybody that thinks like that, you're criminalized. Damn near, videos like this, if they're on YouTube, you're lucky. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Yep, you're not fit to be in society. you know, but guess what? That's what the scripture says, weigh up your treasures in heaven. So we was already prepared on how we were supposed to be. We was already prepared on the way that we were supposed to be thinking. spiritual, the kingdom, not this corrupt realm, trannies and this and that. And, come on, man. It says, then shall be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. Okay. Hear, O my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. So we're in what? The days of trouble. So that's what we're here to tell you, man. We're in these days of trouble.
But now that we've
You know what I mean? We're in these days of trouble, man. So, this is the final curtain call, and obviously that's why Esau's going hard for his rulership, because he wants this. He's even got spaceships and weapons in space for trying to fight destroy chariots of the Lord. Chariots being the UFOs that the angels are in. That's how much that's how much these elites on this world, international Rothschilds, Rockefeller bankers. That's how much that they're going for this. Which, like I said, we call it vain imaginations. The scriptures calls it vain imaginations. The Lord's looking down on these creations, grasshoppers and ants and all that, man. You can't, come on, man. The Most High's controlling all this anyway. You know what I'm saying? He set them up to do this anyway. The Most High set these people up to do this. He's the one reason why they're doing it in the first place. Because, you know what I mean? The Most High creates people and sets them up and all that. Their little covens, their organizations. This is part of the movie. All right. So what I'm gonna do anyway is I'm gonna close this one out. Um, I'm gonna close this one out. If they take this one down, I'm gonna do some more shows like this. What I'm gonna do, because there's so much to talk about, man. Where all they got like these cars, these autonomous cars and stuff like that. I think it goes into it in this particular video. Autonomous deliveries and stuff. But like I said, Lord willing, I'm gonna try and get the Odyssey back up. I put videos on it, but I'm having issues with it right now. So Lord willing, that gets sorted out. And if they take this video down, I'm gonna put it up over there. I got a couple of videos that I've done for there, but I ain't been able to put them up, so I'm gonna put them up there. And that's what it is. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.